So this is the solution kung hindi gumana ang ating sharingan at ang ating byakugan. So ang ating form ay ADX plus BDY is equal to 0. So there are ways kung paano natin makukuha ang integrating factor. So makukuha natin yon sa 3 ways. So yung unang way natin is when 1 over b, so this coefficient of dy, multiplied by partial derivative of a with respect to y minus partial derivative of b with respect to x becomes a purely function of x. So pagka nung ginawa natin ito at ang naging sagot ay purely function of x, our integrating factor is e raised to integral of f of x dx. So yung ikalawa, if 1 over a is partial derivative of a with respect to x with respect to y minus partial derivative of b with respect to x becomes a purely function of y, then our integrating factor if is e raised to negative integral of g of y dy. And last one, kapag ka talagang no choice, hindi siya function of x at hindi rin pa rin siya function of y, so ang gagawin na lang natin, ang ating if, ultimate natin to is xa minus yb. So, ito na yung ating magiging ultimate integrating factor if wala sa lahat ang nangyari. Pagka hindi talaga nag-work yung una at itong dalawang ito. So, ang ultimate natin is 1 over xa minus yb. So, let us try to derive bakit kaya naging ganito. So, ito na lang, i-derive natin ito kung paanong naging ang if nito ay e raised to integral of f of x dx. So, again, from our form ng ating non-exact differential equation. So, let a dx plus b dy is a non-exact differential equation. So, di ba ang aim natin, kaya tayo nagmumultiply ng integrating factor is that for us to convert this non-exact DE to an exact DE. So, i-convert natin itong non-exact para maging exact by multiplying this integrating factor para maging siyang exact differential. So, ilet natin ang u be the integrating factor. So, if I'm going to multiply this by u, so this gives you ua dx plus ub dy is equal to 0. So again, ang aim ni if is to make this exact. If so, dapat ang partial derivative ni ua with respect to y is equal to partial derivative ni ub with respect to x. Because that's the only way for us to know whether our given differential equation is exact or not. If this has been satisfied, therefore, this is exact. At yun ang aim ni integrating factor. So, isatisfy natin siya. If the partial derivative of ua is u partial derivative of a with respect to y using product rule, plus a partial derivative ni u with respect to y is equal to u partial derivative ni b with respect to x, plus b partial derivative ni u with respect to x. Combining these two u's, transpose natin siya sa left, ito sa right naman. So, magiging u quantity, partial derivative ni a with respect to y, minus partial derivative ni b with respect to x, is equal to b partial derivative ni u with respect to x, minus a partial derivative ni u with respect to y. So, kung ilelet natin ang u be a purely function of x, if this is function of x, differentiating with respect to y, this becomes 0 because the derivative of a constant is 0 because x is treated constant in here. So, if u is purely function of x, then u partial derivative of a with respect to y minus partial derivative of b with respect to x becomes b, this is function of x, du dx na siya. Then, cross-multiplying gives 1 over b, partial derivative of a with respect to y, minus partial derivative of b with respect to x, multiplied by dx is equal to du over u. So, cross multiply si dx, cross multiply si u, magiging ganito na siya. At di ba sabi natin kanina, na kapag ka ang 1 over b becomes a purely function of x, if that's a purely function of x dx, then our integrating factor must be raised to integral of f of x dx. So integrating the two gives integral of f of x dx ln of u. So to solve for u using anti-ln, u is e raised to integral of f of x dx. So therefore, yan ang ating integrating factor na u na nilet natin dito kanina. So similar approach kung paano natin to makukuha. So let us try to apply the principle by solving these problems. So let's try x squared plus y squared plus 1 dx plus x quantity x minus 2y dy is equal to 0. So, syempre, kailangan muna natin i-test yung exactness. So, partial derivative ni x squared plus y squared plus 1 with respect to y must be equal daw to partial derivative ni x squared minus 2xy with respect to x. So, dinistribute na natin to. So, taking the partial derivative, that gives you 2y. Derivative of x squared is 0. This is 2y. Derivative of 1 is 0. Must be equal daw to 2x minus 2y. So, obviously, it is not exact. So, kuha tayo ng integrating factor. So, sabi dito, kapag ka daw ang partial derivative ni a with respect to y minus partial derivative of b with respect to x. So, depende kung ano ang ating magiging divisor. It's either a or b. At malalaman natin kung ano ang ating integrating factor. So, kunin muna natin ang difference. Ano ba ang difference? So, 2y minus partial derivative of b, that's 2x minus 2y. And then that is equal to 4y minus 2x. So again, you have to distribute that negative. So kaya magiging 2y minus minus 2y is positive 4y minus 2x. But 2 is common, so magiging 2y minus x. Yung ating partial derivative of a with respect to y minus partial derivative of b with respect to x. So notice, kapag ka ito, i-divide ko daw sa either a or b, so ang mas madaling i-divide ay ito, sa b. So this is 2y minus x, this is x minus 2y, pwede nilang nating i-factor out yung negative. So, i-divide natin daw siya with b. So 1 over b, partial derivative ni a with respect to y minus partial derivative of b with respect to x is equal to 1 over b. That's 1 over the value of b is x times x minus 2y. Multiplied by 2 times 2y minus x. Or we can factor out the negative here. So magiging siyang negative 2 times the quantity x minus 2y. Which cancels out to this denominator. So, anong magiging sagot dyan? That's negative 2 over x, which is purely a function of x. Anong sabi? Kapag ka raw si 1 over b multiplied by partial derivative of a with respect to y minus partial derivative of b with respect to x becomes a purely function of x, our integrating factor b e raised to integral of f of x dx. So, our integrating factor is e raised to negative 2 integral of dx over x. Kasi, ang f of x ko is negative 2 over x. So, this is e raised to negative 2 ln x. Or, that's e raised to ln x negative 2. Or simply, x negative 2. Because e raised to ln something is something. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung aking magiging integrating factor for this DE becomes an exact differential equation. So, let me just copy first the given. So, ang given natin is x squared plus y squared plus 1 dx plus x times x minus 2y dy is equal to 0. So, that's our given na kapag binultiply daw natin with our integrating factor x raised to negative 2, this now becomes an exact differential equation. So, let us try. So, magigi itong 1 plus x negative 2y squared plus x negative 2 dx plus x squared times x negative 2. Sige, ano muna natin. X negative 1 times x minus 2y dy is equal to 0. So, magiging na siyang dx plus x negative 2y squared dx plus x negative 2 dx plus 1 or multiplied by dy na lang minus 2x negative 1y dy is equal to 0. So, magpa-factor na lang tayo. Or, pwede naman, since exact na siya, pwede tayong gumamit na nung notation natin or yung ginamit nating way kung paano natin siya ma-solve gamit ang exact. So, partial derivative with respect to y of 1 plus x negative 2y squared plus x negative 2 must be equal to partial derivative with respect to x of 1 minus 2x negative 1y. So, if you multiply that there. So, with respect to y, this is 0. With respect to y, that's 2x negative 2y. That is 0. Then that is equal to partial derivative with respect to x, that's 0. With respect to x, that's negative 2y multiplied by negative 1 x negative 2. So, this is positive 2y x negative 2. So, exact na siya. So, since exact na, integrate natin ito. Yung step na ginagamit natin. So, that is, i-integrate natin yung una. That's 1 plus x negative 2y squared plus x negative 2 dx is equal to integral of dx plus y squared integral of x negative 2 dx plus integral of x negative 2 dx. So, integrating, that gives you x plus y squared, x negative 1 over negative 1, plus x negative 1 over negative 1 plus f of y. Then, this is x minus y squared x negative 1 minus x negative 1 plus f of y. Ang susunod natin, iti-take natin yung partial derivative. Again, yung ginagawa natin ay yung steps na para sa exact. So, partial derivative with respect to y of x minus y squared x negative 1 minus x negative 1 plus f of y. That gives you 0. This one is negative 2y x negative 1 because this is a constant. Derivative nito is 2y. So, negative 2y x negative 1. Derivative of that is 0 plus f prime of y. So, saan natin to i-equate? I-equate natin to kay b. Ano yung b natin dito? Ang b natin ay 1 minus 2x raised to negative 1 of y. Then, pag iyan na natin, makakancel out yan. Pag transpose natin siya. So, then f prime of y is equal to 1. Then now, to solve for the value of f of y, so we have to integrate that with respect to y. Then f of y is equal to y. Then finally, so our answer therefore there is x minus y squared x negative 1 minus x negative 1 plus f of y, which is plus y, is equal to c. Multiplying this all by x to the 1 because may negative exponent tayo, magiging x squared minus y squared minus 1 plus xy is equal to cx. So that therefore is our answer.